you look thin. I mean, have you always been this thin? Or
I'm sick, real sick, Dave.
Really? I'm sorry. What's the
this
problem?
This will be my last appearance.
Oh, no.
Well, no, I'm not ill. But
you look great, I guess is what I should have said.
I have to work at it. You know, my body does not happily or willfully
what
discard.
What kind of stuff do you do to stay in shape?
I run a lot.
Well, that's great.
I'm on the mouse wheel at least once a day.
Right.
But what it does is it builds up a lot of stiffness in my back, in my legs.
Right. It's supposed to be hard on a person, really.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But when you've got a 350-pound man inside of you waiting to get out, you run like hell.
So if you could, you would just eat everything inside? Is that the deal?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
This doesn't work, though, does it?
No, it doesn't. My body holds on to a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm often stiff, and.
Hey, nobody likes a bragger. When he comes out and announces that he's, oh boy. Yes?
You keep the heart rate up, you're going to have a good libido.
Okay. So running, but the running's hard on your joints. Forgive me.
Yep.
And so what do you do?
Well, I'm out there in Foofy La La land, and my Foofy La La friends say that yoga's real good.
I've heard yoga's tremendous.
That's a strong word. I started at a very early age doing yoga because my father was very big on it, and I was still too young to outrun him. So, he'd grab me, throw me in the car along with my sister, and take us to a guy who taught yoga that is a huge national deal now. This guy Bikram. I don't know if you guys know who.
I didn't know it was a guy. It's from a guy who developed that form of yoga.
No. That was yonks ago. But this guy is this is thousands of years old. I'm told.
Oh, I thought it was the guy's name was Bikram. I'm sorry.
No, the guy's name is Bikram.
The guy's name is Bikram.
The guy's name is Bikram, but Yoga Dave is old.
I understand that, but it's the Bikram that I've heard over and over again.
Yes, there's Bikram Yoga. That is a man's name. And what Bikram's hook is that he turns up the heat so high in his studio that if you were confused that you were in hell, he makes it very, very clear.
That's his hook.
Now, you mentioned that you and your sister started when you were kids because of your dad's insistence. Is that what we're looking at here?
Yeah,
Jason?
this is proof of the story here. There's me, and there's Justine, and here's Bikram looking pleased.
That's actually Bikram.
That's Bikram. You see, he doesn't hold a lot of water weight because he's in the hot room most of his day. But yeah, these gals loved it. I don't know what their problem was, but look how miserable Justine is.
Sure, and you're not pleased with it.
I'm not pleased at all.
I mean, somebody call Amnesty International because this just doesn't look right at all. I mean, was it as creepy as this picture suggests? Yeah, I can believe it was.
But I'm back on it now.
You're back on the yoga?
I'm back on it now. Yeah.
Working for you?
Yeah, it's limbering me out a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know how it ever took off. You know, it's you're twisting yourself into useless shapes for no clear reason. It's loosely called exercise, but you're really just sweating because you're stretching. So it's a reach, and there's a lot of swapping of fluids there. There's sweat's flying everywhere. You smell a lot of feet. There's a lot of breath. I like to get out there and run. I'll take the stiffness.
Yeah, you can air yourself out instantaneously. But now we had the pictures of you and your sister when you were kids. And you have is it a four-year-old daughter now?
I have a 4-year-old daughter.
Well, how's that? That must be
great. I'm not pushing her into yoga at all. But it's good. My wife and I love her dearly. We're going to keep her.
Was that in question for a while?
Yes. It was. So we've still got her. I'm working on my fathering skills. I thought I was doing well. I drive her to school every day.
That's great.
I think it's great. I would say.
Well, I mean, great.
Well,
maybe.
but
I mean,
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. But you know, I'm out of town a lot, so when I am in town, there's a regiment there. No
Sure.
matter what, I'm going to drive her to school. We can count on that. We've got our little routine. We split a little breakfast bar in the morning,
nice.
and we listen to music, some nice little, Disney soundtrack or whatever it is. And lately, though, she has only put up with about 2 or 3 songs from that, and then wants to go right to Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. And this is my fault. I took her to the documentary, which is a great, great movie.
Yeah, here I am, Justin. Is that what it's called?
No. It's Justin Bieber. I don't know what what is it? Never
yeah,
say never.
Justin Bieber.
The
Never
40-year-old
say never.
man just gave us that
that's
one.
right.
I'm telling you, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. He will suck you right in. It's like a vortex.
Well,
I'm looking into my own personal addiction to Justin, but what I've done is I've spread it to my poor 4-year-old. I mean, I've introduced the serpent into the garden. Okay, and she is way into it. I got the album too, and so now we're listening to that in the car, and she's singing about these heartbreaking relationships and passionate bonds at the top of her lungs. To like a phantom person that's sitting next to her, and I catch her in the rearview mirror, and she's just.
Well, it's cute, right? A little bit.
Well, it's cute. It's cute until she says, "Daddy, can you turn that down? We need to talk." So I turned it down, and I looked in the rearview mirror. I said, "What's going on, sweet girl? What are you gonna tell me?" And she says, "Daddy, yesterday I kissed a boy. I kissed Jasper."
Oh, that's very
And it's
cute.
sweet. All right.
Yes.
I had my first kiss at 5, and so I thought, she's 4. I mean, we're in Los Angeles. It's advanced. It's a nightmare.
I think kids do that as just a routine display of affection. It's nothing to worry about. Yeah.
I hope. Fingers are crossed, Dave. But she.
Well, what is your fear? What is your
Well,
worry?
the fear followed that, which was, hey, we're not going to tell Mom. And I said, I kind of smiled, thought it was charming, but I said, why? And she says, well, I want to know how it rolls out. I want to know if this is sticking with Jasper.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because old Biebs is telling her about how, things will blow right up in your face, and things can blow apart in a heartbeat, and Jasper could be knee-deep in the whole class. I mean, he's talking about things that a 4-year-old, she knows English, so she understands the concept, and now she thinks that love and romance could be a world
sorry.
of pain.
This makes me feel a little sick, because I have a 7-year-old. I don't think he knows who Justin Bieber is. Now, have I done something wrong, or have I done something right? Hard to know.